Welcome to the Thought Arcade. Today we recap the greatest wedding since Maximilian I of Habsburg and William or Mary of Burgundy.
So true. I don't even know who that is, but I know it's true though.
Dude, it was a fun time. I had a ton of fun.
Oh yeah,
dude,
I had a
so
lot of
much,
fun,
so much Smash, dude. So much Smash was played.
yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Elijah, one has a webcam now, so you see his beautiful face.
Ew. Hi.
And
We love
two, he got married. He got married to the love of his life. He is now off the market, guys. And well, I mean,
I
most
know.
women. So
Guys and girls, you know.
That sucks because they're just seeing you now and they're like, "Oh, dang, this guy's fine,"
Right?
And even like do anything about it.
He waited to show how attractive he was until he got a cam and married, and then he was like,
Right.
"All right, I'll show people." I
I
guess.
did. I
wanna
went
give
the
anybody,
Mike Pence route, you know, just be ultra conservative, stay in one room until, you know. I
You
just
don't
did
want to
that.
give anybody false hope, man. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I've led
tell
too
us-
many people astray.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead, tell us how the first week has been. How's everything?
It's been
different
great.
than
It's
normal?
been chaotic and eventful.
How many fights have y'all had already?
We've had 0 fights so far.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got married on Sunday, 10-4. And then we came back to Baton Rouge on Thursday, only to have a hurricane come through. But it wasn't too bad because we're like an hour and a half from the coastline. So like the major parts of the hurricane, like the storm surge, the truly heavier winds and rain, don't really affect us. But we did get some pretty heavy wind yesterday, not so much rain. And we lost power for about a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it came back on. But I was so ready though. Like I immediately grabbed these flashlights that have a glow stick on the bottom of them. Is the best way to describe it. And it like beeps. It like sends like Morse codes out.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and they float on water. But I grabbed the flashlights ready to start telling spooky ghost stories, and our power came back on.
Nice.
We did lose Odin because he's black. You know, and it's completely black.
Oh, so you lost him in the house.
So
a little
we
bit.
absolutely lost him. Yeah. I was like, where's Odin? Where's Odin? I was like, I have no idea. If I kick him, I kick him, you know?
Oh my god.
At that point, you'll know. You'll hear him.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
But it's been a lot of unwinding because it was absolutely, I wouldn't say it was chaotic, but it was incredibly busy.
Yeah.
Trying to get to see everybody. A big thank you from the bottom of our hearts to everyone that showed up and you know, we got to see them and stuff. So really means a lot to us. And it was like, so we got there Thursday afternoon, really great drive, but we're in a period of butterfly migration.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And we absolutely murdered like 1,000. Like we probably decreased that population. I'm so sorry, Mother Nature.
Man, I can't believe that. I mean, that's just your car, and it looks like you took out like hundreds.
Yeah.
You gotta imagine like all the other cars that have taken out, like, dude.
Yo, yeah. I looked at your car. It looked
Yeah.
like a massacre. It looked like you just.
And they like some of
man.
them still had like the little wings sticking out. It was so sad.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's still trying to escape.
Yeah.
Someone's still alive, moving.
So we drove up. It was pretty relatively uneventful drives. We did stop at Buc-ee's, so shout out to Buc-ee's. They have so much stuff inside of a Buc-ee's. It's the most Texas thing on the planet.
You get
It really
overwhelmed,
is.
dude. There's like unlimited
They
possibilities.
have a wedding section, and Val went to look at the wedding stuff.
I was just about to ask if if people have weddings at Buc-ee's, because it's so. I mean, that's like the place to be.
I would not mind if we had a wedding at Buc-ee's,
dude.
because I would go. I would order a Frito pie burrito, extra cheese, extra bacon, and then I'd go sit down and have the ceremony.
Dude. And you have like some of the best bathrooms ever too.
Oh yeah,
cleanest in the world.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so, but we got there, and then we stayed with Daniel and Emily, and I brought my Switch controllers so that everyone could play, and we played too much Smash.
A lot of Smash was played.
Yeah,
like we all got extremely better. Like we're all pros now.
Oh yeah. Dude,
it was so much fun.
Yeah, but for the actual wedding itself, so we got there at 10 a.m. and I had all the groomsmen come stay with us, and of course Val went off with her mom the night before. Two ships, two different ways, as Morpheus would say.
Yeah.
And so we got there at 10 a.m. and we literally just hooked up the Smash and we just played Smash until it was time to go.
Had 2 laptops.
We had 2 laptops for the games, for the football games. It was amazing.
That's the difference between the groom suite and the bridal suite, though. The bridal suite was huge. It
was its own separate house. It's what it was.
And they had their own vanities for their makeup and stuff, but they didn't have a TV. We had this little back room with a one restroom and no kitchen or anything like that. We had like a mini fridge, but we did have the TV. We did have the setup for our gaming and watching games. So that's all we needed.
That's all we needed.
Some might argue that they just stuffed us in a closet.
I mean, it kind of looked like a closet in the back of the venue.
And honestly, that was probably the second best groom suite we saw.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. There was one other one we saw where like the bride had like her own like trailer. It's like a retrofit like 50s trailer.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And
my dad wants to get one of those.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like it had a vanity set up. It had this big patio for the bridesmaids and stuff to like sit and chill out. Mm-hmm. But on the other side of the venue was like a little, not like outhouse, but like a bigger barn thing. And it had a wraparound porch for the men. And it had like a single room, a TV in one bathroom. But it had a wraparound porch that featured skee ball, like a classic like 1950s skee ball machine, and a dartboard.
Ooh, that would have been fun.
So there was that one, and that was probably the best one. But all the other ones we went to go see was like, oh, here's this bride's thingy and bride's this and bride's that. Oh, what about the grooms? You're in that one room. Yeah. All the way across the other side. You have to drive your car there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just be here by 5:30. It's fine.
Exactly.
Y'all do is whatever y'all do.
Yeah. And I was like, no. I have to be there. I have to guide like all the floral stuff, which our floral people did amazing. Like they knew how to set it up. The girl was in constant communication with Val throughout the process, and I thought like I would have to go out there and like help them out and stuff, but no, like we just left our boxes out there and they did the rest.
Dude.
Like it was amazing. And they had it set up exactly how we wanted. The florals were really cool, really Texas. Kind
of like had the blue bonnet thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the blue bonnet.
Yeah. Like it had like a bunch of blue sort of like flowers and stuff, and then it had like these big white roses. It was really nice.
Yeah. Very Texas.
But we ordered brunch because we were going to have the rehearsal that morning. Instead, we were able to do it the day before because the people before canceled. So we were like, we already paid for the brunch. Let's just get it. And so the lady shows up when we get there. And I thought that brunch was for the both of us, like the groom party and the bride party. It wasn't. We had 50 tacos for 5 people.
Oh man, I tried, dude. I had 3 of them.
I know, and we even brought in Andrew, Chris's brother, a friend of the show, and Jay, friend of the show, and we brought them in to like eat the tacos.
Yeah,
dude, I think I had 3 when we first got there, and then Jay got there, and he had some, and I was like, you know what, tacos sound good right about now. So I had another like 2 or 3, I think.
I had 3.
Those sausage, egg, and cheese were amazing.
Gosh, it was really good. It was so good. Sure. And so we had breakfast tacos the remaining time we were there. Like we had that
was our snack.
Yeah, like our hotel room was like a condo, basically. Like we rented out a condo, and it had a full kitchen and stuff. So we just brought all the leftover food and put it in the fridge, and we had that for the next, like, all the way up through Wednesday.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I couldn't after that. There's too many tacos to be had.
I know. I was. Oof.
Low key, I could go for some tacos right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Yeah, I was good for the rest of the day after the tacos. Like we had them at like 10, but I was good until we ate at like 6 or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that was also another thing because when it got to dinner, I was like, "Wow, I'm actually still kind of full on tacos right now." And then I finished my plate, but I just got so uncomfortably full real quick.
Yeah. So we had Pokey Joe's was the catering, and they're a barbecue joint. So when we originally got the venue, the lady gave us a list of caterers, and she said these are our preferred caterers. Preferred caterers. And Val specifically states, can we get outside people? The venue lady said, yes, you can. So we get this other place called Vanilla Orchid, which would have exactly what we wanted, which was something light. So it's just like sliders. Get all the sliders you want, and then we told the chef, like, hey, we want like a fry bar, and he was like, oh, cool, let me see what I can do, blah blah blah. And I was like, do whatever you want to do, like just have fries and a bunch of sauces there. And he like lit up. It was like, dang. You let me to create my own stuff? And I was like, yeah, that's why we're hiring you. Like, go be creative.
Yeah.
And so we went to the sampling and stuff, and it was amazing. It was so great. And so we booked them.
I remember, yeah.
And then after, like, right when we're about to do our first payment, the venue comes back saying, no, our preferred meant exclusive.
Oh my!
Like, you could only use these people. And I was like,
I didn't know that. Holy.
Exactly. Like,
you did a whole food. I mean,
you
at least
said
you got
preferred,
the free food,
and then we asked for outside, and they said yeah, as long as they communicate with the day of coordinator, and that guy did, and they said no. So we went with barbecue. It wasn't too bad. It was actually really, really good. And so we just had a nice little Texas barbecue stuff, and it was amazing. The guy like had caterer there, who was like probably 7 foot.
Oh yeah,
like I'm not even joking.
Minimum,
Randy, right? This dude.
Yeah, his name Randy, and he's probably like the size of the Hound in Game of Thrones.
Oh, dude, yeah, for real.
He was a super cool dude when he came into the groom suite.
Oh yeah, no, he was like the nicest guy ever. Like he was on top of his stuff.
Yeah, he was like, tell Elijah I'm out there. If Elijah needs anything, I'm here for him.
Yeah, and he was like all night. Like he gave me all the cores that I wanted. That I could ever have. He gave me the plates of food, and then right after the ceremony, he was there at the patio whenever we're about to start taking pictures. That brought me and Val waters, a beer, wine, all that stuff. No, he was great. Like the whole catering itself turned out to be really, really great. So like we thanked them the next day. Even we were still talking to them. And so the wedding coordinator was awesome. She was great. It was like everything that could happen happened perfectly.
Nice.
So,
that's what you like to hear, man.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so much fun. The DJ we had, who played the weirdest selection of music,
was my favorite part. That is the longest I've spent on a dance floor at any kind of function. I'm including like going to clubs, my older brother's weddings. Like that was the longest I spent. I stopped playing cornhole. I was playing with you.
Yeah,
I stopped playing. Like we played for a second, and then a song came on. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. Sorry, I can't play that long. Straight to the dance floor, dude.
The original people that started that cornhole game did not finish that cornhole game.
Yeah,
I know.
Like you know, and then I left, and then Val's stepdad came in, and I came back out, and I was like, what game is this?
Yeah, I looked out like not even probably like a minute after I went back inside, and I was like,
yeah,
why is it a complete? Did the game already end?
Yeah. I had taken over for Chris, and I like won the game, and then it was it. But like Elijah had already left. Ian had subbed in for Elijah. Like, it was funny though.
And so, but that DJ was amazing. And so, like, whenever we first told him the selection and we were gonna play, he like lit up. He was like, "This is gonna be a challenge. I love this." And that was like, just be creative as possible. Like, I know it's like kind of demand. So we did like, here's the transitional song. It was some sort of salsa for Val's family. And then he transitioned it to like a nice little oldie, like Stand By Me or Shout. And then he transitioned it into Blink.
Yeah.
And then he transitioned it back into salsa. And he did all this crazy stuff. And
then he transitioned to the Dougie or the
then he transitioned into like a line dance and stuff. And it looked like a popular hit. And it was amazing. Like whenever we told him the list, he was like, this is super fun. Like, and that brings up a point. If you're going into like a creative thing, like a cake decoration or something, or DJ or something, my advice from now on is don't be so strict on your terms. Let the person that you're paying to be creative.
Yeah.
Our cake was amazing. Like all we said was we just want a really light frosting. Like it's called like a naked cake. So we just want that, and then we let them do whatever they want.
Yeah,
because I mean that's what you're paying these people for.
Yeah,
it's like you're gonna go up to a musician and say, "Play these exact notes." You're not gonna do that. You're gonna say, "Hey, play something that kind of like this," and then just let them do it, because that's when they're gonna have the most fun.
Right.
And that's when they're going to come up with the best stuff.
Exactly. The creative freedom, man.
Yeah. So we gave the DJ a lot of creative freedom, and he like remixed stuff. It was awesome.
Dude, it was so like some of the transitions were so seamless, because it would go into like some bachata song, and then right after that we're like doing the Dougie, and then after that it's just like, what was it? The Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah.
And then he goes straight into another day. Like, it's just it worked out so well.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. He knew when to like cut it off too, and like let the crowd like, blare whatever part in the song it was or something like that too. Like he felt the crowd too. Like he was.
Yeah, it was awesome. And so my proudest moment, besides of course marrying the love of my life.
All right.
She's not in the room.
She can definitely still hear me. So so he plays Shout, and it's toward the end of the night, and I'm in it.
Dude.
I'm like 3.5 course and like 7 lemonades later in.
Dude, those lemonades were good.
Those lemonades were bomb. Like they weren't like super lemonades.
I thought it was water with no ice, tea, and then water with ice. Yeah. And then I grabbed one. I was like, wait a second, this is probably lemonade. This is awesome.
It's lemonade, yeah. And it was great. Like it wasn't super sweet like a Minute Maid or whatever.
Right.
Like you could tell it was like handmade type stuff. It was so good. And I start just like running around the dance floor and like shouting and all that stuff. And then I hear you two go like, follow him, go.
Yeah,
and
Chris,
then y'all start following.
It was Chris. He was like, go after him. And I was like, ah!
So that reminded me of like in middle school, we had these like dances and everything. We always had like the group of friends. I'm sure this was every middle school. A certain song came on and we would always start like a conga line or whatever.
Yeah.
So I saw you go around once, and in my head I was like, it'd be so much fun if we just followed him.
Yeah.
And I thought you were only going to do it once. So like by the time I thought that, I was just like, oh, the time had passed. And then you did it again.
Yeah.
And I just looked at Daniel and I said, go. And
I started going to like every other like little bitty, circle click or whatever that was on the floor. So it'd be like Val's cousins were dancing. So I'd go over there and shout them. And then I'd run over to Val's dad and Aspen. And I went over there and shouted with them. Then I ran back to my family, shouted with them. and I started running, and then y'all started running.
It was not even.
I genuinely formed a circle pit.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a conga line. Like I get why he initiated it, because it does seem like a conga line, but it was more aggressive than a conga line. It was like a circle pit. We were literally just running around in a circle.
It was so funny because there was like a circle, and then later on, like
like my dad and my mom, and a couple people like in the middle, like just jamming out, and we're just running around.
Yeah, the song broke down, and it's like, wait a minute, and then everyone stops running, and then it's just your dad in the middle, like getting it,
feeling it.
He's so feeling it.
I feel like that was like one of the best parts for everybody, though. That was just such a fun, because everybody was engaged. Everybody was in there, dude.
Yeah. Everyone. And I won't lie, like this is probably like the first time I've ever seen my family on a dance floor, like ever. Mm-hmm. And we've been to a bunch of stuff where there's dancing. Like for Daniel and Emily's wedding, my parents danced a little bit, you know. Mm-hmm. And for like my cousin a long time ago, like they didn't even dance. Mm-hmm. And so it was super, super awesome to see them on the dance floor and just dancing the night away. It was so much fun.
They were in celebration mode, man.
Oh, they were. They were. But so going back to the ceremony part, so we have a unity sand. You know, like some people do like a unity like candle and stuff like that, where they get like a custom candle, they both light it and stuff. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine did that. They did a unity candle whenever they got married. So I was thinking of something like that, but I'm from the beach. You know, I'm from Corpus. I love the beach. I live by the beach. And so I saw they have like unity sand. And so I was like, yeah, let's do that. And so during the ceremony, it's like basically the first thing we did was we went to do the sand pouring. And we didn't rehearse how long our pastor was gonna speak, so we were kind of pouring kind of slow and stuff, and Val's like shaking and I'm shaking and stuff. And Val's like, I'm gonna spill it. I'm like, no, you're not. Just pour. You got this. It's all good. I'm gonna spill it. And then she like jerks her hand forward and it spills everywhere.
The stamina, dude, and the nerve too, like all of it, everything combined.
And Emily, the matron of honor, was like watching us, and she starts giggling.
Dude, so y'all are like kind of out of my view in the little area, and Mike's in front of me now, but I can still see Emily, and the whole time she is just like trying not to lose it. Like she went from like actually crying to almost losing it laughing, and it was crazy. It was fun.
Oh, it was awesome though. It worked out. The photographer came in, like took pictures and stuff, and it worked out great. And so today we're like putting stuff like that together. And so we have on our bookshelf in our kitchen is the bless you, Chris.
I was coughing. I just started talking about
it kind of nowhere, dude.
No, I tried to swallow, and then that happened.
No, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. And so on our we had a really cool, like, instead of a guest book, we have a signboard. And so we had people sign that, which I thought was a really good idea by Val.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And so we're hanging that up in front of it, but in front of it we have one of our plates are like wooden dowel things that we had for our centerpiece. The sand, and then which was light blue and white, so it kind of worked with our colors. Mm. And then we have a bottle of tequila.
Hey, that bottle of tequila, man.
Why you got a bottle of tequila right there? Let me tell you. Whew. So, Val's dad got this bottle of tequila, this particular bottle that only like 100 or so were made. And his friend got it, and he gave it to him. And so it had been sitting there for a couple of years. He didn't know what to do with it. And so then he decided to save it for his daughter's wedding, for a special occasion. So that's what he decided on. And that tequila was probably, it's at least 18 years old. Mm-hmm. At least.
Yeah.
It's probably a little older than that.
Hey, they were all worried we were going to get sick and stuff too.
I know. If a doctor comes out saying, I don't know if we should do it, I'm not going to do it. But he came out and said he was going to do it, so I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a doctor as well, so it's all good. There were plenty of medical professionals in our wedding party that were fine.
Yeah, we're gonna make it, man. We got people all around nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought I was gonna die, but
yeah.
And so right after the ceremony and we take the photos and stuff for the wedding party, we go into the bridal house. It's not a suite anymore. It's a house. Had a full kitchen and a bunch of rooms. They had multiple bathrooms and showers and stuff. So it's a house.
Yeah. So
we go back there and her dad talks. His dad talks about the tequila and like, like what it meant and stuff like that. And so he called me the daredevil, El Papao or El Papao in Spanish. And so he's like, I was just waiting for the El Papao to take her away.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the
oh my
dude
God.
Had the guts, man. You had the guts to marry her, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Val's dad was pretty funny. I think right when we first got there, he looked at you and he goes, you still have time to run away.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I see the dirt path. You can run.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he knew it wasn't gonna.
Yeah. And so we line up to take the shot. Like the wedding party takes the shot and stuff. And I'll tell you what, of all of the tequila shots I've had in my life, which actually isn't that many.
Yeah.
That was the smoothest alcohol I've ever had.
Oh yeah. That's probably the best tequila we're all ever gonna have, in our life.
It was the smoothest thing ever. Like you don't need to bite the lime. You didn't need salt or any of that stuff. They gave it to us, but I was like, I don't need it.
No, I know. I just did it just for fun afterwards. I was like,
yeah,
the lime.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
I was like, I looked over and said, give me another slice of lime. I need another one.
Oh my gosh.
If it was like flavored water almost. Like,
it
just was not even, there was no burn or anything. It was delicious, man.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, I genuinely liked it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, like even like my parents who don't really drink that much, they came out and they're like, that was amazing. Like that was really good. I was like, yeah, like you won't find tequila like that ever.
Like I wouldn't make a margarita or anything out of it because it would
disrespect
it.
Exactly, it would disrespect it.
I would just let's just sip on this thing because it's it's wonderful, dude. Oh.
And so the day after they come by our condo and stuff, we hang out. But he gives me the tequila bottle and he says, you got to fill it up. Now you have to save it. And I was like, I don't know how to fill it up. I don't know what to do. So, but it's some company in Mexico, like they'll go fill it up.
Really?
Yeah. Dang. So I gotta figure that part out. But yeah, so we had the bottle of tequila standing there and it was like the greatest thing ever.
It's a cool bottle too. It has a hat on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's got a little sombrero on top, a little silver sombrero.
It's so cool.
I was wondering why he was carrying that around because every time I saw him with the tequila, he was always carrying it, and I thought it was the shot like that we were gonna take it out of. Yeah, but it turns out it's part of the bottle. But it was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah,
it was a cool, unique thing, man. Just
it really was
your wedding, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. So
you have to fill up that tequila bottle before you have a kid, though, so that way you at least have it until they get married. Try to keep it going a lot longer now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
We're definitely gonna work on that. And like that was pretty much it. Like we danced the night away. We played some cornhole. We sat by a fire.
Played some cornhole.
You know who danced the night away though? Andrew, bro.
Oh my
gosh.
Andrew,
we're bringing Andrew on at some point to talk about sports,
dude.
But we're gonna talk about his dance moves.
I on the drive from Daniels back to get his car on the drive, I told him I no longer want you to be my +1 anymore. I don't want to take you to any more weddings.
Dude, and he was legit.
He was shocked because he didn't know why. And then I looked at him and I said, your dance moves are too smooth.
Yeah,
they were too good
away from me, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, he spoiled the show.
He loved it. He was telling me how he had a good time. He also does not like spend a lot of the time on the dance floor at those occasions. So Elijah, he said he loves you, and that's something that he definitely can do. Just get out there and dance with y'all.
Heard.
You could tell, man. Like you could tell he like Andrew from the times that I've known him. He kind of seems like not like he seems kind of reserved. Like he's not, you know, he's not like over the top or anything. He doesn't like go and put himself in those situations. But he looked like he was genuinely having a great time, and like he pulled a Mikey, dude. Like he was doing. He was
that
doing
is his
the Dougie
boy personality name now. Is Mikey.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
like
Mikey, dude. He pulled the Mikey, dude. He went on the dance floor. He was doing the Dougie, like in the circle of dance. Like, oh man, it was hilarious to watch him have a good time, man.
Yeah, I told Daniel this because at one point, me and Daniel are just standing there. We're cracking up. We're dying. And I looked over and I was like, dude, every friend group has to have the designated frat boy. And Andrew is the designated frat boy. Well, Mikey.
That's the Mikey, dude. When the Mikey comes out, you know. That is so cool, man.
So we were talking about that signing that wood board earlier. So funny story. So I was signing that wood board with Jay and my brother. So I went to sign it. My brother came up, Jay came up. We all started talking, and then one of your cousins walks by. I believe it was her name was Holly. Shout out to Holly. I apologize for this embarrassing moment. But she walked by, and from nowhere, your dad pops up. I don't even know where he came from, to be honest. I wasn't really paying attention. He's just there. Runs over, calls her over, and then I make eye contact with him.
Oh, God.
And I'm all for wingmen. Dude, if you're going to play wingman, that was just super, super random. So he comes up, he's like, Holly, have you met Chris yet? Yo, let me tell you.
So he pulled the How I Met Your Mother move.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
He pulled he was the Barney of the whole thing. Yeah.
She comes over for a second, and then once he says that, like, have you met Chris yet? Or this is Chris, she books it the other way.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea what to do in that situation. So I booked it the other way back to our table where we were sitting. And I was like, thank you, Mr. Otto. I'm going to go sit down now.
Yeah.
So in my head, like, I didn't know what was happening yet, but I thought she had just walked the completely other way because she was already rejecting me. So in my head, I was feeling myself. I thought I looked good. And then that happened. And then I walked away and I was like, fine, I'll go look cute somewhere else.
There you go, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
It was the most awkward, uncomfortable thing, and all Jay and Andrew could do was laugh about it. But it was funny. It was. I think
he did that to Jay too.
Oh my! Yeah, I think he did too. Yeah, I think Jay was telling me.
Y'all both split ways. He was like, "All right, let's try Jay."
Mr. Otto wants another
He's trying, dude.
He's like in the groom suite. He was like, all right, Isaiah, Chris, well, you got 2 years for another one. We need another one in 2 years.
And I was just like, no, he's cutting weight for a fight. He's on a prelim card.
You kept telling people
Andrew that. Saying that stuff too.
Yeah. So at the
guy, we were drinking at like the bachelorette.
So we had a joint. I call it the JBBP. So we had a joint bachelorette party thrown by Daniel and Emily, who did the greatest job on the planet.
Shout
out the return of Bra Pong. So shout out to Bra Pong.
Oh yeah, come back.
And so Chris, doesn't drink, and so we had other stuff for the non-alcoholics there, and I was like. And so people were asking him like why he doesn't drink, and I was like, he's cutting weight for a fight. He's cutting weight for a fight. And he's like, I'm not cutting weight.
Like, I don't think I got a chance to like respond while I wasn't drinking.
No,
Elijah did the same thing his dad did, was just pop out of nowhere and just be like, he's cutting weight for a fight. And then Kat, who was there at the JBP. Cal, I completely butchered it. Cal was also there. She had drank quite a bit, and then she had asked me to take a shot, and I said I can't. I don't drink. And then you tell her that, and then she's like hooked on trying to figure out if I'm fighting or not. So she's like locked in. She's like, "Oh, so where are you fighting? What do you fight? Who are you fighting? Where are you fighting?" Like continuous questions.
Are you doing kickboxing?
I have no idea what to say.
I already created your fighter. You're fighting Dennis the Menace Ruiz the Third.
Oh my gosh,
dude!
And then she challenged you to a fight. Like she
did.
Was like,
yeah,
she wanted to see like your moves, dude. She was like, "All right, fight me."
That's
the scary thing was that she was ready. Like I'm pretty sure she would have taken you to the ground.
She was ready for anything.
She feels like a grappler.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So she said, "Oh, let's fight," and then I was like, "Rain check." She walks over to like the open space in the living room. She was like, "No, come on, let's go." And I was like, "I really just got bodied." Like I either like there's two options. There's two options. I either fight. Or I get called a whip by Cat all night.
Yeah, fight and promote equality, or don't fight and look like a loser.
I'm like, well, so I'm like getting ready to like just start grappling with her, and then someone calls out something else, and I was like, oh, Saved by the Bell, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that, or shot. Someone said shot.
Yeah.
So like, everybody needs a shot. Everybody go over there, Cat.
Yeah. Dude, so another thing that you were doing, Chris, that you told me you were doing, like right when we first got there, it's like every time someone says shot or whatever, I'm instigating. And I was like, what?
My gosh. Nice.
And so he'd come up and be like, shot?
He's the non-alcoholic hype man.
Yeah, exactly. And so I look at him and be like, what'd you say? He's like, what? Oh, huh? Shot. And Val and the girls, oh my gosh.
Yo,
they had a good time.
They killed a bottle.
Morgan,
yeah. Jesse's wife. And Kat and Val. Oh my gosh, dude. Woo. Like I thought I was taking a bunch of shots, and I'm trying not to like die because we have the rehearsal tomorrow or the day after. So I'm like trying not to die, but I'm still trying to have a good time. And they kept going. They were doing shots at like 2 a.m. and I was like, we're gonna die. She's like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Dude, be glad it wasn't the day before the wedding.
Oh my gosh.
How bad would that have been?
But the best part about that party though was that Daniel got he got Popeyes chicken sandwiches as like our meal. So he calls the day before and he's like calling our usual Popeyes like, hey, if I roll up asking for 15 to 20 chicken sandwiches, what y'all gonna do? Yeah. And he's like, oh no, we're fine. Just come on in.
Yeah.
Says the people who never have chicken sandwiches. And he's like, all right, they said to come just roll up. I was like, oh God. And so we are at a local spot called Pinballs, which is like a retro arcade game where we like pre-gamed and stuff. It was awesome. I love that place. Shout out to that place. And so Daniel leaves about 20, 30 minutes earlier to go get the food. And sure enough, they had it ready.
Yeah, it was
and
weird.
I was shocked.
It was weird, dude, because I pulled up and I was with Jay because he was helping me out. And I was nervous, dude. I was like, all right, they said that they'd have stuff prepped for this time. Like it was like 7. And I was like, all right, they said they would be ready and, whatever, right? So I pull up. First thing they say is, we only have fries. And I'm like, you only have fries? Like, it didn't even say like, hey, welcome.
Of course not.
We only have fries.
Yeah, I was like, did you expect them to say welcome in? Like, you're going
I don't know. I was preparing myself. I was like, how do I approach and say, hey, I'm about to make your life horrible for the next like 15 minutes. I need 20 sandwiches,
without them wanting to punch you or start a
fight. Whatever you think they're going to do. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And then I just got blindsided. Like, we don't have any fries. And I'm like, just as a side, or do you have chicken sandwiches too? Like, do you sell chicken?
The only thing they have in the restaurant is just fries.
Fries. We don't have any other sides. We got fries. And I was like, okay, cool. All right. I can do that. That's all I wanted to do. So I tell them like, all right, I called in yesterday. I need this, and they're like, oh, okay. Well, that's gonna be a while, honey. I was like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I told y'all yesterday, and you said, or the person I spoke to said they would get with management and they prepare and all that stuff, and it was just like, oh no, that didn't go through. I was like,
of course not.
I was like, all right. So we order, and I'm like, all right. So you said you only have fries. Can I get like 5 boxes of large fries? Is that like too much to ask? Are y'all ready to go? And so me and Jay were just like, dang, like the people behind us aren't gonna have fries. They're gonna have chicken sandwiches. And but no, they actually came out kind of quick. It was like maybe 10 minutes wait in the parking lot. They couldn't process my card for some reason because it was like over $100, or it was actually $100 even with like 98 cents or something like that. It was kind of an interesting. So it was like $100 order, and it couldn't handle the card thing. It was weird. It was a weird thing, but we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We got all the chicken sandwiches we needed, and it was dope. Yeah, that was. Ugh. And
that was the best part.
Chris tried the spicy one, right?
That was my first time having a Popeyes chicken sandwich ever. Because when the craze happened, I was vegetarian at the time.
Yeah,
I sat down. I told Daniel to get me one of those spicy ones when we were originally taking orders. Sat down, had the spicy one, bro.
Dude, that thing is good.
What is your opinion of it? What do you think?
So okay, their spicy is a lot different than Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich is good. I actually really like this one more because, and Daniel and I were talking about this when I was eating it. Chick-fil-A, they like bread it in the spiciness.
Yeah, the spice is the chicken itself.
Yeah,
compared to Popeyes, which is the sauce. It's
like this spicy like aioli sauce or something like that, which is different. And like I feel like they do also bread the chicken with spiciness as well, but it's mostly the sauce. I thought that was really, really good. And the pickles were cut a little thicker. I know that's like a very
they got some
small detail, but I really like that. But they're really good. So I sat down, dude. I had a second one. I had a second one right after that.
I was really worried that everyone was going to have 2 sandwiches and just go into food comas and not like want to party.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, cut it in half. Split it
in half. Yeah, that was my plan too. That was my plan.
Yeah. But no, it was great. Like Popeyes even came through. Like that's how perfect this weekand was. You know, when Popeyes steps up,
ooh,
it's good.
Check this out. It's good. Oh, you love to see it.
There we go. All right.
Antonio, I don't know if I agree with that one. Popeyes is definitely good. Their spicy chicken sandwich is better, but Chick-fil-A way better than Popeyes.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a whole nother. We'll
debate that again. We've debated it before. We'll debate it again.
We'll have to because now Chris knows what it's like.
Yeah,
it's open to interpretation.
Some knowledge on it, dude. I can drop some wisdom. But overall, dude, you like throughout the weekend, you seem super composed and calm and stress free. Like I could feel the positive energy just come off of you and come off of Val. Like you guys were just so excited to do this, man. And I've never once a day of my life in the year and change that I've known you seen you cry. Even when we talked about Up and did the Up review.
Oh, man.
You didn't. I don't even think like you did cry or anything.
I didn't cry when we talked about it. I definitely teared up. I'll admit I teared up during Up. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. Well, that's what I've been waiting on the most. But anyways.
Well, like with Elijah, dude, when he's going through something or like he's doing something like kind of clutch like this, like a wedding or something, like I don't know, like it's hard to compare to a wedding because wedding's huge, but like he gets quiet, like he gets chill, like he doesn't he's focused, like he's in focus mode, so he's just kind of like coasting. And like if you notice when we were waiting on the photographer in the
playing more Smash,
I mean we were like for me, I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do something. I got to like play more Smash, or I got to do something else. He's just like chill. Dude. He just stays composed. He just stays like focused. And then once he achieves the goal, and then he's back to normal Elijah, like
the thing is, it's funny because it's like usually you would expect the groomsmen around the groom to be the rock for the groom. Like we should have all been there to like calm him if he got stressed. Elijah was the rock for everything because he was so calm and because he was so stressed, and also because he was playing Super Smash before. I'm pretty sure we were playing like 20 minutes before the actual.
Dude, we were playing like 15 minutes before.
Yeah, we were playing up until like they told us we needed to go out there. But like it was incredible, and I just want to say that I feel super blessed to be a part of it with like you guys.
Aw.
And it was awesome. And then also, I was not planning on crying until I saw you start to tear up at the altar.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I can compose myself. And I was like, I'll look at Daniel. If Daniel's crying, then I may lose it. And then I look at Daniel, and Daniel's starting to tear up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose it. That's it, dude. Game over, dude.
So
check it out though, real quick. We got another from the. This is Val's
dad. Yeah,
and he's been crying all week.
Yeah. Him and my dad were talking at the reception, and my dad's like, "Yeah, dude, like I've been crying and stuff like that." And Val's dad's like, "I've been crying all week. I can't cry anymore." And then like Val came up and they talked to them, and she's like, "Okay, I can cry a little bit more."
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
you never know how much waterworks you have until you go through a day like this, man.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently Val's mom had been crying since I asked her, which was back in like last year.
Just dwelling upon it every day, like
oh yeah, no, she definitely was.
She was crying when I walked her down starting to like choke up as soon as I was walking her down the aisle. But your family, Elijah, they started crying minute one.
Oh yeah,
like it was. I got dehydrated.
Yeah, all of us got super dehydrated that day.
It would have been funny because you know how after you like cry for so long, you just like go to sleep, you just sleep it off.
Yeah.
It would have been so funny if everybody just took a nap real quick right after we were done crying.
Yeah, dude. I kind of felt like it, dude. Like I was anxious.
I was surprised at how much I did cry.
Yeah.
Which is me too.
Like for Daniel's wedding, I teared up a little bit. But what really hit me was when I gave the best man speech. Mm-hmm. I didn't even make it through the speech. I didn't make it through like the first sentence. I was just like, I've known Daniel for 20 something years, and I just cried. And then we just hugged each other, and that was my speech.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, first he made the joke, which was great. It was like a good. It's
a good icebreaker.
It was a good icebreaker for him, like to get through the rest of the speech. You know, like okay. All right, if y'all will pay attention to this 30-minute PowerPoint presentation, he says, or something like that, and it's perfect, right? But then he goes, "How long have I known you, Daniel? 20-something years?" And I just start crying. I'm dying on the. Oh man, yeah.
It's funny because he does this like fake cry thing.
I do. Yeah.
And so I'm worried that like he'll do it and then he'll actually be crying, and I'm just like, nah, he's faking it.
Yeah.
I don't think it hit me. To me, like it still doesn't hit me that we're finally married.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it like started hitting me whenever we were like finally like lining up. We were lining up like right outside of the bridal suite.
With your mom, right?
Yeah. So like my mom and dad were there. Our pastor Mike Holtz, who I've known for 15 years or so, he was there and he did an amazing job. Like he did he's the greatest, senior, most holy, high reverend youth senior pastor ever. And
shout out.
And so, so we did a little prayer beforehand, and we got all lined up. And I think that's when it started to hit me. Like, finally, we're doing this after 4 years of being together and 2 years of talking about it.
Yeah.
And then a year of engagement. Like, we're finally doing it, So I think that's when it hit me. And everyone looked so pretty, so nice.
Oh, man.
And it was just perfect weather throughout. It was 5 or 6 days after a cold front. So it was still kind of cool and cloudless and stuff, low humidity. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, we weren't sweating up there or anything. It was the dancing that really did it. But when we were there, really good. And the vows were beautiful. Like Mike did a great job in orchestrating all that. Like the vows and listening to y'all say that, it was powerful.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, no, he did a great job. And then
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just the ceremony itself was beautiful. And then when we didn't have a chance to do the groomsmen photos because we were running a little bit behind. Mm-hmm. And so we did them afterwards, like after like everything. Like we were like we did them, and then we did our a little announcement thing, and so like we're starting to take pictures and stuff, and then like the leaves start falling.
That was cool,
dude. It was perfect.
Yeah, you were taking pictures with your mom and your dad, and I had taken a picture with you previously, and I stepped back, and it's you and your mom and your dad, and y'all are posing, and the leaves from the tree, like we're all outdoors in this crazy, awesome, scene, and the leaves are actually like falling down real slowly in this weird aesthetic. It was like perfect. The sun was setting a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was like, we are supposed to be here right now.
It was breathtaking. It was like truly breathtaking, just being able to watch you guys in such a great, like, because this is like a one-off. Like the leaves on everything is just perfect for a minute, and you can't. It's almost like you can't hear anything. Everything becomes silent, and you just hear and feel the joy coming from like you and your family. It was incredible. I did want to mention though, Daniel and Emily's speech, the maiden of honor and then the best man speech, killed it. Dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I started choking up again, like when I heard them talk.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was anxious and nervous all day for everything. I don't know. I felt like I was more nervous than Elijah. I don't know why. Elijah seemed more composed than I did. I was just kind of like, I was nervous.
Well, you were doing everything, man. You like steamed the tuxes and stuff, and then you did all of our hair. Like you became like a Renaissance man. And my dad was with us. And he was just like, Daniel, when did you learn how to do any of this stuff? You put it all together.
Yeah, no, and the speech was tough. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to say, and I've been thinking about the speech the whole time, and editing it the whole time and stuff.
Yeah.
And, no, I mean, I give myself too much crap, but a lot of people did say I did all right.
You did amazing. You did better than I did.
Thank you very much. No,
I just cried.
No,
I just cried.
Tears. That speaks a lot too. But no, everyone, a lot of people complimented me too. So yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then Val's dad gave a speech. So he gave like a speech to the wedding party for the tequila shot. And then he gave another speech, like the actual speech for the wedding. Which was also really good.
Antonio, if you're listening, well done.
Yeah. Like it was really good. And then we had the food and stuff. No, everything was just perfect. Like everything was good. The only thing that we did not do was the bridal bouquet. But that's because everyone was just on the dance floor or playing cornhole because we finally opened up the doors. So it's a huge barn. And on the left side of the barn are 4 like garage doors basically of glass and stuff. It looks so pretty. And they can lift them up. And so the wedding coordinator's like, hey, do you want to start opening up the stuff? Because they did have a problem with the AC. And I was like, yeah, let's open it up. And so we opened up the garage door so it's easier to get it like that flow of, because we still had the porch and patio, and then we still had the cornhole set and stuff, and then people were out there, people were in there, and then Val comes up to me like at 10. It's like, so I missed the bridal toss, bouquet toss, and I was like, you're fine. There's like, you're fine.
Yeah,
you're okay. And like that was the only thing, And then, so we go to cut the cake, and so we cut the cake. We do a cute little cake ceremony thing, and everyone's like watching us and stuff. And then we go back out, and I just start chanting cake. And everyone starts chanting cake, and I was like, all right, the cake's a lie. We're doing these speeches now. We're gonna do toast. It was great.
It's funny, dude. Because Val's family started chanting in Spanish to like dump her head in the cake.
I know. Yeah.
And she's like, did you see all this?
I was like, that's like $400 worth of makeup. There's no way we're messing that up.
Yo, speaking of that, dude, all of the women, dude, look good. All of our girls, your mom, like all the girls that got their got their makeup did, and even everyone else too. Like everyone showed up to this wedding.
Yeah.
Like people look good.
Overall, it was a very, very good looking wedding.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And
Like,
my brother didn't believe that we had
lashes for the
funfetti.
first time. That's what she told me, by the way.
Fake lashes?
Yeah, like she wore fake lashes for the first time.
Wait, who?
Interesting. Emily.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, will they like glue them on and stuff? Yeah.
She's like, I think she's still getting out the glue, or at least like a couple days ago, just finding out the last. It was.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's still like leaves and stuff in Val's hair after all this time.
Yeah.
But my brother didn't believe that we ordered.
And Cheryl.
Oh, yeah. No, it was great. Like, this was the coolest thing ever. And my brother didn't believe that we had funfetti. So we ordered funfetti cake, which I'm like turning into like a funfetti fanatic. Like, I love it.
So some good stuff. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It had like chocolate ganache.
So it was funfetti, and we actually downsized the cake like right beforehand. And so we had 2 tiers instead of 3, which I'm really glad we did. But it was funfetti cake with chocolate ganache in between, and then like barely any sort of like outside frosting. But the groom's cake was legit. It was a big old Houston Texans sign logo.
Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, even though they're 0-4, but they did fire Bill O'Brien finally.
Bill O'Brien, he is done. No longer.
Thank you.
The is it the defensive coordinator as
defensive Romeo Cornell, and he has head coaching experience, so I'm okay with that decision.
Yeah,
but I did go ahead and apply, so we'll see how that goes.
But no, that cake, man. Whew.
And that cake was red velvet with, instead of the traditional cream cheese fries, we did buttercream, and I think that was a good choice too because it's a lot more lighter. Mm-hmm. And so, like, that cake was good. And then we were supposed to save the cake. We didn't. So we did have a slice right before we left.
So he's listening while he's grocery shopping. So
yo, we appreciate the dedication.
And then so Chris goes and meets my family on Saturday on the rehearsal, basically. Mm-hmm. And you had just met my mom and dad like a couple weeks prior.
Yeah, because we were all together on the weekend of the 11th. Yeah.
And you immediately became adopted by my family. And then everyone was like, "You Chris from the podcast?"
Chris,
it's that Chris.
So, but during the rehearsal, I was with Isaiah because I stayed over at your parents' condo. So me and Isaiah went over to the Airbnb that they were staying at. And
which was a really nice place.
Dude, it was cool. I wanted to I should have gone swimming, dude. I was right there. I was already in trunks. Like I should have. But I walk up and the first people I meet are like your cousins. And so I meet all of them and I introduce my name, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, Chris from the podcast." And for some reason in my head, I like, it's embarrassing. For some reason in my head, I go, "Oh, you listen? I don't like the way I sound." I don't know why that was the first thing I said. It was just super embarrassing. But then afterwards, I was like, "Oh, thank you. Please keep listening." Yeah. We need you guys to listen, so please keep listening.
Yeah, it was really cool. After everything had commenced, like we were putting up, we're packing everything up. I'm walking out to my car, and most of your family Elijah has packed up a bunch of stuff, and they're taking off. Yeah, and I walk into Colby, Colby, shout out
Colby,
and Sinead, which like this is like she had been on the dance floor, she had been around, but I hadn't actually like been introduced by Colby.
Yeah.
And she was like, Sinead, like lemonade or something like that. She said something like that. It was really cool. I was like, okay, now I'm never going to forget your name. And then she was like, yeah. And we listen to your podcast on the way here, and we listen all the time or whatever. And I was like, wait, what? That's like really cool. I was like, dude, I don't know. It just never happened. I never like, that's the first time everyone's ever said that. Like, we listen to your podcast all the time. Like somebody I didn't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
like you're talking about people that were on the dance floor like the whole night, like Andrew. Colby and Sinead, and then my cousin Courtney and her boyfriend Sean, they were dancing the night away. Yeah. Like, wow. They were hard to keep up with.
If that's the case that they listen, Sinead, you need to change the soccer team you root for, because Liverpool is just not.
Oh my gosh! No, she was really cool. Meet some fans. We might have some fans at the wedding there. I was like,
it was incredible, because it was one of those moments where like everybody truly felt like family. Like you tend to go to like events like this, and you either are, you know the person really well, or you're kind of acquaintances, you don't know them well, and so you're kind of go into this reserved.
Yeah.
But this was the first experience where I just went into it, and Val's family accepted like me, and your family accepted me, and then like I knew all you guys, and like everybody's just very accepting of everybody.
Yeah.
And
you Andrew / Mikey and Jay were all just Mikey. Formally adopted. So
yeah.
Accept that. But like for me and Val, that was the most important thing outside of the actual like ceremony and stuff like that. But that was the most important thing, was bringing two different families together.
Right.
And we were worried about having like a seating arrangement for COVID and all that crap. And we were like, no, like we're here to have a good time, and we're here to bring people together. And I think it worked amazingly. I danced with Val's mom a bunch. She taught me some salsa. Then Aspen taught me some salsa.
That's what I'm saying. Like watching all of y'all do it, like I kind of learned some tips on how to.
Aspen's like, it's all in the hips. Just move your hips. Just move your hips. And I was like, but Val says my hips aren't loose.
There's one point where me and Dan, like this song came on. I think it's the Wobble song. Me and Daniel are like in the front. We're just looking. We're trying to figure out this song.
I know, but Val and Morgan both knew it, and they just led everybody. Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah, and like that was the point. That's what we were trying to do best, was just having these two families just come together, meet, and just bring in a sense of belonging with each other. And I think that happened. My dad, a huge like family is his number one thing. That's what he is. Yeah. And him and Val's dad were talking. They're like, well, I guess now we got to do blended vacations, Madeline vacations and stuff. And I was like, because we always take a family vacation, and there's usually like 15 of us. And I was like, do we got to add all of her family? Oh God. We're going to like roll around like a herd.
Yeah. I was about to say just a herd of 30 people. Like,
I was like, no.
Like a small little community.
Exactly. Yeah. And, cool, but no, that was amazing. It was awesome. It was awesome. So, yeah.
So I would relive it. I would do it again.
Yeah.
So we were at the groom's like the groom's section or whatever, the little groom's home thing that we were chilling at for like 7 hours, and that thing went by so fast. I thought it did. That thing just passed by.
I know, like at first I was like, man, like we're all here at 10, but we had plenty of stuff and activities to do. So I wasn't like too worried, but I was like, everyone needs to be there right there, so I can control where y'all are. And like it then became noon and kickoff, and then it became the game's over, it's 4. And then like I started seeing the flower people, I started seeing the catering come in, I saw them start setting up, and I was like, all right.
And dude. Ugh.
And so then we started getting ready, and we were getting ready for the photographer to come and take pictures of us getting ready. And so we're all kind of just standing there waiting. And I thought about the time when Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, where like they're all standing, and then Rocket's like, "Oh, great, now we're all standing."
Yeah,
like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
I thought he said something else, and I was like, and so like I realized like we're all standing and stuff, and I was like, "Great, now we're all standing like a bunch of idiots." And then we were just waiting for determined to link switches.
Yeah.
At first, I don't know what, like, dude, that, by the way, that opened doors on a separate situation, but I'm glad we did that. But yeah, we just ended up all just gathering in a little huddle.
Yeah.
Linking our switches and just playing Smash, just switching off. Like right before. That was actually a lot of fun.
Like it would have been great if like the Texans won, obviously. That would have been another like cherry on top.
Yeah.
But one thing, we started playing Mario Party and it was getting intense. Like we're playing 4-player, we're getting into it. It's like a 10-turn round or whatever. And I'm dominating at the end, by the way. I'm like absolutely dominating.
You really were. You had 2 of the like warp pipes like directly to start. Like you had the ability to get 3 stars
in 2 turns.
Yeah.
I had some strats, but and Isaiah was super mad. He's just like, dude, like, why aren't you gonna let? Or no, maybe it was your dad. He was just like, really, you're not gonna let like the groom win on his stuff like. I was like, no, I don't know. But
no mercy, no mercy.
This fool gets like bonus stars and actually ends up clutching it by like coins or something. So Elijah.
So me and Isaiah tied the first 2 bonus stars, and then they just happened to do the ally star, and I got my ally the last turn of the game.
Yeah.
So he's was just like stars.
I had 2 allies, and everyone else had 1. I was like, oh my god.
So Elijah clutches the win, and it was just perfect because you love to see it on that day.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was well done. Oh yeah, I won once and Elijah won once, so we got to do winner take all.
I know.
Yeah,
it's game on. It's game time.
Also, Isaiah had like a pressure moment with the transfer of the rings to Mike.
He did.
He totally clutched that out.
He came through. He did it. Yeah.
Another thing to mention is Elijah and Val obviously meet and they go down the aisle at the end when they're all done. Yeah, now pronounce you whatever, right? Me and Emily, we, of course, we go. And then I think it was Isaiah and Kira.
Yeah, so Val's sister.
So that actually left Jesse and Chris. And so I was not even in it. I was like crying and I was like, feeling.
I know, like we were talking to Randy at that point. Like we were already over by the patio. Right. And then I just hear this eruption from the crowd. And Jesse, who, by the way, is like 6'3", nice tall guy, and just picks up Chris.
Yeah, like Jackie and Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah.
Just make their way down the aisle, which is clutch. Dude.
Like, I can't wait to see that picture.
You're right.
Dude, me too. It was fun. I don't know why that was the first thing that we thought of.
And our photographer
was just like, dude, just carry me out.
And I knew she captured a shot of that. I can't wait to see it. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I want to see the pictures when you guys get them, dude.
Yeah. She said about 3 weeks, but she gave us some sneak peeks already, and they look good.
Oh, okay. No.
They look good.
I need to use the ones I'm in as clout, so send those over when you can.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, look out for that on Facebook.
You and Andrew can start using that as cloud instead of my dog. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Not that I wouldn't have y'all support my dog by giving y'all clout, but still.
So there is this video that someone caught of me doing the little like heel tapping things.
Yeah.
I turned it into a GIF. I don't know.
Yes.
I was able to turn it in. Let me try to see if I can put it in the chat and you can post it real quick.
All right.
I saved it and everything.
That would be so cool.
Oh yeah, it looks like let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna see if
we'll get screen and we can see it. Yeah, that'd be good. I'll get it going.
Yeah, because the photographer's like in the coordinator, we're both like, yeah, just do something real cute, like whenever y'all come in and stuff.
You'll love to see it, dude. That is a clutch.
That's the super most clutch thing ever,
dude. I'm so thankful that was that was captured. Who's it? Tabitha?
Yeah.
So thank you, Tabitha, for that. That the caption should be when she says yes to marrying me.
Yeah. You look good, dude. You look good in that suit doing that little heel click.
I know, right? It was
pretty good.
It was awesome. Overall, great. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
10, dude, definitely. Like 13 out of 13. Snow globe.
There you go. Hard.
Yeah.
It's a 7 out of 6 snow globes.
And dude, way to time the wedding like the busiest, hardest weekend ever. And then immediately after that is a 3-day weekend. Like, thank you, dude.
I know, with Columbus Day coming up. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, bro. I needed it. I needed extra time to chill.
Yeah, because we tended to Val. So we came back Wednesday night, and Val worked Thursday and part of Friday for the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
And so she really didn't work that much on Friday, but now she has the weekend off, so we can rest and recuperate.
Yeah. Dude, y'all have earned it. Y'all should just rest, do what y'all need to get done, and just enjoy it. Also, I didn't get any of the cake. Funny story is we went into the groom's suite after everything ended. I changed because I was super sweaty, and I was like, all right, time for cake. So I went out, got a cake, came back in, put it on a chair so I could eat it.
And then the guy came just throw all the food away.
And someone took it away from me.
Oh, no.
I was
okay. I didn't have any cake either.
Andrew killed that s'mores bar.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was gonna be over the campfire and stuff, because they had a big fire pit. Yeah. And I thought that's where it was going to be set up and stuff, but they put it in a little corner, which is it's all right. People still got s'mores and stuff, but I wanted it by the fire.
That was cool, dude. That jalapeno cornbread, dude.
Ooh, and dude, it was cornbread casserole.
Surprisingly spicy. I it hits you right when you think
they were they just sliced it. They didn't even try to hide the jalapeno or dice or anything. They just threw in slices of it.
It did nothing. All seeds. Everything. All seeds.
Oh yeah, and the seeds too, right? Yeah, I didn't even try to gut it. Dude. Yeah.
But no, it was amazing. Everything about it was just.
And it was perfect. The last, so we did the shout. You talked about the circle pit, right? We basically had a circle pit. And the last dance, or the last song was Blink.
Oh yeah,
and that was
first day
a mosh pit.
Oh, that was great. So apparently the DJ was trying to give me the mic because he saw me just going off.
Yeah,
and, he was giving me the mic and stuff, and so we were I didn't even notice.
Neither did I.
Know you were in it.
Dude, I was watching you the whole time, and you were leading that pit. That was all you, dude.
Yeah, it was dope because he'd be in there performing and doing his thing by himself, and it's a circle around him, and then it's it's kind of a pre-chorus part, but then the chorus kicks in, and then we join him, and we're just going at it, dude. It was dope, dude. It was dope.
It's a live performance, a legitimate live performance. Elijah was Blink 182, and he was performing the song for us.
And it was it was rowdy. It was all the groomsmen, and then Kobe
came in. Oh yeah, loved it.
Kobe, dude. I'm so glad he did. Yeah, because we just all it created that mosh pit. It reminded me how fun mosh pitting was back in the day. I mean, now I probably won't do it all the time, but
it's kind of a little sore afterwards.
Yeah. Dude. Okay, so so we went to pinballs, right? And we, I played a bunch of basketball. We played a bunch of the Pac-Man air hockey, and then we played that punching bag. And dude, I was sore, dude. I was really sore. And then we had our bachelorette party thing, and I was sore, dude. We were having a good time. And then, dude, I needed this weekend, dude. I needed this weekend to recuperate. My body is tripping.
Dude, we were playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games afterwards, when we were going back, I was I didn't want to turn too much because my forearms started to burn.
Yeah, I was we
were button mashing,
dude. Yeah,
just button mashing the jump kick, and every time I was kind of guiding us, and he's like, "Don't forget your jump kick," and then me, Chris,
everybody.
Your jump kick.
Yeah, it's just turtles raining down on people.
Yeah,
my calves were sore from not even my calf. It was where your calf meets the lower half of your shin, the back of your leg. That was sore for some reason. I was mostly on the ball of my feet, so I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Speaking of that, dude, Isaiah and Jesse did like a pro move, and they switched shoes. They switched their dress shoes to like their actual shoes. Yeah. And I should have done something like that because my feet were, my pinky toe was feeling it.
Like my pinky toe was destroyed.
Yeah. I was like, I had some Vans, but they're not that good for like running around and dancing. They're really old, worn out shoes. Yeah. And I know I should have done something like that. They were playing 4D chess. We're playing 2D chess.
I know. Yeah. You're water hungry hippos and not playing at all, man.
Yeah. But no, everything about it was perfect. I mean, just there's nothing to say wrong about it. Nothing that I disliked. And like, I wish I could have done this differently. No.
It's perfect.
That's good, dude. That's awesome. Good. Yeah. Did you pull a Jim and Pam Halpert where you guys just took mental pictures?
Well, okay, so we were lining up, but I was like kind of teasing with Val. I was like, hey, let's just go somewhere. No. Let's go to Barton Creek or something. She's like, what? She's like, yeah, let's just go.
Just leave.
Yeah, let's just leave. Let them party. Let's just go.
Oh my
she's
God.
like, really? I was like, yeah. And so we started walking and stuff, and then the photographer, Marissa, she's like, where y'all going? I was like, we're going.
I'm just gonna go into this pond real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go for.
Yeah.
We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But we did. We found a nice little quiet time during the party and stuff. We went and sat by the fire together, and it was nice. It's cute. And then, like Fred even mentioned, the Longhorns, full-fledged Longhorns are at this venue. And during the cocktail hour, they brought them out. Basically, like they started feeding them, so they came up to the fence line, and everyone took a picture of those things.
Dang.
And they are huge. They're like at least
we saw them from afar. I didn't get to see them up close.
Yeah, and so like during the cocktail hour, like whenever we were taking pictures, like everyone was basically like getting their little cocktail stuff, and then they just went along to the fence line and just hung out with the cow. They're so cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So
I hear that they're already fighting over who gets to take care of the grandkids.
Yes. Yeah, that is happening. And we did talk to Val's mom, and she's like, I want the grandkids. Let's just wait till she's done with residency, and then we'll talk. She's like, no, grandkids.
Oh.
Dude, everybody, before we were taking that tequila shot, everybody was dropping that.
Oh, yeah.
All the parents were just like, so kids. I know. You guys want kids. We're going to do kids next?
It's the next
step, but we already have a girl name picked out. Not that we're not going to have one anytime soon. Don't get your hopes up. But we do have a daughter name picked out. And so we were talking to her mom about it. And so she like started crying during that too.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
do that, bro.
I know.
Drop that kind of information on her in such a fragile state, dude.
I know. It's not the right move.
No.
But yeah. So we're later. Let us enjoy our alone time.
Yeah, I know, dude.
18 plus year commitment.
Yeah, dude, just breathe in all this, man.
I know.
Yeah, focus on you guys first.
Yeah. I know.
And
like we're getting this little apartment set up, and we had talked about moving, like maybe to like rent a house or something for next year and the year after. And now we have like all this stuff set up. She's like, I kind of like it here. Like I don't want to leave. And I was like, I don't either.
Nice.
Like I don't want to pack up and go to like a house for a year and then pack up and then go back to Texas. We have a perfect spot here with the dog park, and every neighbor we have is awesome. Like they're super friendly. They play cornhole. They all have dogs because we live next to two vets basically. And like they all have like they're all not adopted. What's the other one? They're foster. Foster dogs and stuff.
Or foster.
Yeah. And like we just live in like a super nice neighborhood. And now like our little house is getting put together. I'm like, I don't want to unpack all this stuff and leave.
Dude, yeah. You might as well, dude. Get settled in, man.
I know.
That's good.
Also, we're expecting you here in Austin in the next 2.5 years, so don't get
2.5 years. Already half a year down.
Oh,
dude, yeah, that went by quick, man.
Yeah. COVID.
Yeah,
dude,
it's down three residency rotation things,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's
that COVID. It's that COVID time. It speeds everything up.
I know. 2020 is over.
Yeah.
So the next thing we get to look forward to is what, Halloween?
Yeah. Halloween.
We've already watched Hocus Pocus, man.
I know.
Watched it.
Val's never seen Hocus Pocus, so it was good to show her that.
Yeah. And I was just watching Nightmare Before Christmas yesterday.
I know. I told her we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna watch A Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So it's gonna be like we're going to they don't have a spirit store in Baton Rouge, but they have a called like Halloween Town or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to that later today. And so people are like, "What are you gonna do after you get married?" I was like, "Go to the Halloween store."
Buy everything pumpkin flavored.
Oh, speaking of, so Jesse and Morgan got us a coffee maker.
Oh.
And so we put it together today, and Val made some delicious Folgers coffee, but I got a Starbucks pumpkin spice creamer, like the pro level creamer. I used a little bit of that. Ooh,
it was good. Oh man,
yeah. And the patio was like nice and crisp this morning after the hurricane, and it feels good.
Dang. Yeah, it's like super warm over here already, and we needed to chill out. We needed
yeah.
It was dumb. I went outside and it was nice and cool in the morning, and then went out again during lunchtime, and I'm just like already sweating, and I don't like it.
I know.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But anybody else have anything? Any final thoughts? Anything we want to add?
I mean,
no, I just want to thank everybody that was a part of it, even the people that couldn't come. We did Facebook stream it, so y'all can go back on, like a number of people's pages. Like my family, if you're not friends with Val, like it's on my page. Val's family, they all watched it live, and just a big thank you to everybody that was directly, indirectly, momentarily, or whatever involved. We cannot thank y'all enough. Y'all are like the bedrock for the start of this relationship. So
sick, dude.
Damn, who's cutting onions, man?
No, cutting onions on stream, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hearing the stories of our great time at Elijah's wedding. He is now officially off the market, so don't have any ideas. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll be coming out with some good stuff. We're gonna be getting work on more content, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna do something good.
Back on that grind. Get back onto this regular scheduled.
We're gonna get there. We can collab with Joe Rogan now because he's in Austin. But anyway,
exactly.
Yeah, enjoy the Columbus Day weekend.
Also that. So, anyways, this has been another episode of the Thought Arcade. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.